Hello, today I'm going to share my experience with you. This is one project I did for one university. The purpose is to do the 11G upgrade to the 12C and also migrate from AIX to Linux. This task, upgrade and migrate, you can do it in one shot. So the way we're using is not traditional the export-import way. We are using called a cross-platform Transportable Tablespace TTS method, data pump. So here let me explain why we're using this way. Because the database is pretty big. The system we have here, the source system, OST means system is AIX, and the database version is 11G. Right? But for target system will be the Linux, and then the DB version is 12C. So actually we have to do the two things. One is upgrade, another one is migrate at the same time in one shot without wasting the time. And we try to think either way, save some time. Because the AIX, the Indian, is big. Linux is little. In this case, if you try to use RMAN to do the migration and also upgrade, it won't work. So only task for you is to do the export-import and data pump. Right? But traditional data pump, the database is really big. Take how long it takes. It may take you a day to export, and import it take another day. Could be. Right? So in order to save the time, we're thinking about it to use called TTS, cross-platform transportable tablespace data pump. There is the way we're going to use here. So I will give you detailed steps to see how we can do it. The first thing is let me explain how this TTS works. Usually, TTS is different from traditional the way it is. It's not export row by row. It is export metadata from the source database, and then copy the data file you needed from the source to target. When you finish this one, you import the metadata. You're done. Okay. So here is the basic step you have to do. First, you create one database with the system sysocs undo temp tablespace only. When I create a database, I create a user tool. Later, I will tell you what happening if you create a user tablespace, right? When you got this database, it's a 12C database because when you create it and the 12C on target, the system sysocs tablespace is going to include the information about 12C database architecture, right? It's not 11G anymore. On the source side, you're going to decide the tablespace, which tables to transfer. You can pick up several of them if you want, but in this case, we just take all of the tablespace except the sys and the sysocs, because that one, including the university date. The user tablespace on the source side is another one we have to bring up, because that one including the user information for university. So that's why we don't want user here, because it will be transferred. The next one, you change all of those tablespace to transfer to read-only, and then export the metadata from the source database. When you finish source database export, you copy this export file from source to target. And also you copy the data file. Data file, you determine what is table space, right? Each table space could have 10 or 100 data files. You copy those data files, all of them, for your read-only table space to a temporary location. Is not in the location you're going to use for your database, 12C database. Any temporary location will be fine. It's our target. By now, in the source database, you can change to the read-write. When you're done that one, is the database open for people to use it. It will be fine. On target, the next things you're going to do is using the RMAN to the conversion. RMAN conversion will be change AIX big indent to the Linux letter 1. That's a key step. When change it to the Linux letter 1, so data file will be notified by the Linux. Linux will know, okay, this file is, I know how to open it, right? When you finish this part, you import the metadata you got from your target database. From your source database and import it into your target database. When you finish this part, you got your data file convert. You also got your metadata put in the database, so your database is ready. You just open it to check. Let's go through the details one by one. The first, create one database. This database, you can check the other document I have created. You can use any way to do it. Say like a create control file from golden image is fine. You also can use the DBCA to create it. But one thing is I remember here, next time create a database without user table space. Later I will show you why. The second one is you change, you determine the table space, which one to transfer. You see, you don't want to see this 4, right? Anything else will be fine. And then I create one script. If you're running this as script, it's going to create another script called AIX row.sql. Inside it will give you the command you can change your tables to read only. When you're running this one in database, you got this one, you're running this one. You change all the table space you needed to be read only. Then the next one, as I explain, export metadata from source database. Here is the script I'm using. It's running this command actually. This command is going to call this par file. Here's the par file equals to this one. In the par file, I use the sys or login, and I use put full equals to yes. Then it looks like this file is okay. This file you're using is just like a traditional one, right? Yeah. But when you do the export command here, use things. Transportable equals to always version equals to 12. What happened if you combine these two? Transportable always equals to yes. Those parameters tell data palm to using the full transportable rather using the convention export method. So this export operation extract metadata only. Your object information, your tables index, right, in database, but not really take your data one by one. That takes quite a long time. So when you finish this one, you copy this export file from source to target. Yeah, copy is fine if you say you mounted your data file or use SSP, FTP, anyway, it's fine. The next one, you copy your data file. Those are read-only table space, including probably a lot of data files, right, to a temporary location. That is not the location you're going to use for your database. Say, I use a temp PROD, right? This location, put in temp there. When you copy this file, the file, everything's copied, right? By now, you can in the source database. In source database, you just open table space, read write. These people can still using it, right? It doesn't matter now. And the next one is the key one. You use this on target system. You're using RMAN to do the conversion from AIX, the big alien, to the Linux little one. How do you do this? You're running RMAN command connect to the database. And then you're running this program. The program that is here. Convert data file. List all the file name one by one. The things that will be, you change, convert your, here's where is the file located, right? We put in the temp PROD. By now, the final location you're going to put the data file, you list it here. And then you indicate what is originally your source database operating system, which is AIX. So the convert file, when finished, the file will be converted to here, your final location. That is location you're going to use for your type C database. When you already copied and convert the data file, Linux should be able to see your data file. It's not corrupted file, right? The next one is import your metadata, the structure for the database. This one you're just using your traditional data pump the way. You create one directory in the database, anything else, it doesn't matter. And then you're running import par file is this one. The par file generally very similar, but two things you pay attention to is the for equals to yes, version equals to 12, the following the one. This one's I did remember. The reason is I don't want to override this user, so the user table space will be transferred to the user's new. But in the future, you don't need to create a user table space. That would be much better. So the last one is the key. Transport data file. You list all the files one by one. The location, real location, where they are. When you finish this one, the database generally is ready. So you can log in database to check your table space, to see everything's there. Yeah, you have a original one. I created user, which is 12C. This one is the user new, is from 11G. And select the file name from the data file. You will see all the data file is there or not. If something missing, you give your arrow. You can see something is missing message about data file. By now, looks like everything is fine. So by doing this way, it's much quicker than you're using traditional export import, especially when you try to do the migrate from AIX to Linux at the same time to do upgrade from 11G to the 12C in the one shot. So this is a good way. Either way, save your time. Thanks for watching. Bye.